21 here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Tons to talk about today. Yesterday, the bloodbath that happened in the NFL. We were on the right side of it, and I was so excited. Derrick Henry out. His team covers. Aaron Rodgers out. His team covers. Kyler Murray out. His team covers. It was a dream come true.
Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com.
Oh, for sure. These games have to be high drama.
Here we go again.
I'm going to go big and see what happens.
Joe, the Stars were out, but they weren't. It's Monday, November 8th, 2021. Joe, the Stars were out yesterday, but I don't mean like out. I mean, the Stars were out yesterday. They weren't playing yesterday, but all of their teams either won outright as dogs or covered the spread.
We had players step up and just prove why they're on that team as well. So it was a fantastic day in football.
The teams they were calling, the locks for the Super Bowl went down hard. The teams that the players that we were talking about for MVP got, pretty much blown up out there. And Tom Brady, once again, the odds-on favorite to win the MVP when the dust settles on Monday morning. Yeah. His team didn't even play this week. It's like getting moved up in the MVP voting. That's what kind of bloodbath it was out there this weekend. I don't know what happened in Dallas, but that was the Amari Cooper that we've seen for years, right? I mean, the ball went right through his hands, is catching it with his chest. We saw the same Matthew Stafford that we saw in Detroit, and it was the type of situation where you say, football is a team sport, and I think Matthew Stafford, for some reason, when the trade was made, was exonerated for that hideous run that the Lions had. He was the quarterback of that team. He was the quarterback of that team. I would say that he was part of those losses.
He for sure was, but some people think he has this bubble around him and he's better than everyone that he played with at the Lions, and it's just not the case.
Not even close. I mean, his decision-making has always been questionable, even back at his days at Georgia. We saw a minute of football there where it looked like the Florida-Georgia game all over again, where we saw 14 points go on the board for the Titans, and it was game over at that point. It was like they were it was kind of like, like the way they described it in Shawshank Redemption. It was like they're burning the books and dancing around like wild Indians, because it was they were having a good old time in Los Angeles last night, and we clearly saw that the Rams weren't playing the Giants or the Texans or who else they had beaten in recent weeks. Jordan Love didn't look bad. Mason Crosby had a horrible day. Cost his team that game. He has a game like that every season. But
wait a second. How can you say Jordan Love looked good? I mean, he got a touchdown at the end. He completed the pass when he needed to complete it. But other than that, he was ineffective for the entire game. They had
he
one
got them
touchdown.
the cover.
He put his
one touchdown.
He put his
I
team.
Say he was effective.
He put it. He had his. So those two missed field goals by Crosby were his fault. He had his team. His team in position to win. That's all he can do. It's his first NFL start.
I think he did great. I think we got to show a lot of love for Love.
Absolutely.
He got that cover, and that's
had
all
it all the
we
way.
needed yesterday.
Had it all the way. No doubter. No doubter.
I don't know. He got lucky.
No doubter. The Squares got crushed on that one. All the Chiefs back.
Well, I would say it's about 50-50.
I don't think you're going to like any quarterback that plays for Green Bay. I think you're just biased against Green Bay quarterbacks.
I wouldn't say either side was square in that one, but if you look,
the Chiefs
the Packers are the number one cover team in the NFL next to the Cowboys this year. If you look at ATS,
with Rodgers,
Packers are 8-0 against the spread this year. So every before people bet games that don't know much about football, they go, "Oh, Packers 7-0 against," and they're getting 7 points. So I'm going to jump all over that.
As opposed to saying Patrick Mahomes, there's a guy that even if I don't know football, I don't see him everywhere, right?
I'm not saying either side.
No, they didn't.
They certainly wouldn't say what they wouldn't think is this is what they wouldn't think, right? This is what a person that knows nothing about football wouldn't think, right? They would never think this.
The Chiefs are 2-7.
The square player would never look at it from this angle. You could say whatever you want, but this is the angle that the square player would look at it. And Rod will be the tiebreaker here since he's mouthing off already.
I think Rod's on my side on this one.
Rod, do you think the square player says the Packers haven't covered the spread in Packers have covered the spread in every game of the season, or do you think the square player says they have Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers is not playing this game, the Packers have no chance?
I don't know. It looked like a whole lot of people jumped on the Packers to me.
I was on the Packers
in that game. Whole whack of people were all over the Packers. Everywhere it was Packers.
Sounds like
Packers.
Rod might have had a
So
little
the
wager
square
on
guy
the
got
Chiefs.
his paid with his backdoor cover.
I think it was 50-50.
They had it all the way.
But
We talking
you can make
about
a case for
backdoor cover. Come on.
Jordan loved
It was a
not-
backdoor cover. It was like
There's a
4
reason
minutes
why
left,
not.
and they
What
the
about
Chiefs let
they
you get-
dictated the game? The Chiefs couldn't convert. They had so many chances.
13-0 most of the game, all the way until the last 4 minutes.
Yeah,
They
And
missed
then
a
got
couple
it.
field
They put it
goals.
in. They get the cover.
They missed field goals.
Yeah,
Those
they
were
missed the field
lucky.
goal that was blocked.
The Chiefs
That was blocked.
The Chiefs got
Blocked.
lucky.
The Chiefs guy came in and went like
They got
this with
lucky.
his hands up.
They were
And let's remember
lucky.
the
The Chiefs got
defense is-
extremely freaking lucky.
They got
yesterday.
lucky,
the
man.
defense isn't that good.
End
and they
conversation.
held
It's
Love
done. Chiefs
to
got
nothing.
lucky.
They got lucky. We had it all the way. All the way.
Chiefs
Easy
have one
money.
Worse because you guys were on that side, so then we got lucky, right?
We also
Here's
caught-
that same
we-
argument.
we also-
if
we
we were
also-
on the other side, we would be the ones getting lucky right now because we would be like, oh, you got lucky. The Chiefs got a cover. Oh, you got lucky. And now you're on the other side because you got a winner.
Oh,
You
Chiefs.
got lucky.
Packers.
Yeah, but the Chiefs' defense is one of the worst ranked defenses.
Happy Monday,
They held
everyone.
the Packers to nothing for basically the whole game. So,
Anyways, Joe and I hit the second half
when
as
it was all
well.
over, we're like,
Pat
"God damn it,
points
yeah,
and
go
money
ahead,
line
here you
with
go,
the
get this
Packers.
touchdown. We don't mind.
Joe and I got the second half
We ain't
as well.
winning this game, so go ahead, have this freebie touchdown. We're
Hey,
not winning this.
the
game.
freebie touchdown was also a 7-6 money line winner in the second half at plus 155. Plus, we were getting 3.5 points in that second half. Oh, it was straight money. It was straight money.
Great money.
Straight money.
Beautiful.
Parlay that up with the Cardinals money line, and oh, what a day!
Yeah,
What
we
a
had one
day.
guy do that. It was incredible. Plus 650 on his return.
Yeah,
it was nice to see people winning. That's what's important.
yeah, it was fun to win.
But it
had
was nice seeing the Giants upset the Raiders yesterday. That was a good one.
I lost that one.
I lost that one
I
as
lost
well.
that
So the Browns knock off the Bengals. That was a nice one.
We got into a little scuffle with the audience during the Eagles Chargers halftime.
Oh, that was a hurtful.
It was a beauty. We had the Chargers in that one all the way.
Yeah.
Now that
nice
was a big time.
second
Square
half.
Public humper play.
Public humper
is
play. Yeah.
Well, the public humper play
humped
won.
another winner
Yes,
on
it
there.
did.
It's like they just humped
And
a
it-
winner.
and it went
was,
over.
If you
Yeah.
say that about the Chiefs Packers, that was definitely Chargers were definitely. a
These are
public
my
play.
favorite types of shows like this. These are my very favorites.
I'm feeling ornery today, not in a good mood.
I can tell.
Look,
Because you ate lunch so
because the
early.
Cowboys lost? Is that why?
No, I didn't have a side in that game, but I think the Broncos was the correct call, and the people that had it definitely made. I couldn't come to a conclusion.
How about did I
on
get
that.
lucky on my Falcons pick too? And then my money line on the Falcons?
That was an
lucky
excellent
also?
pick.
Is
That might
lucky?
be one of the plays of the day. I like that one. That was a good one.
I get lucky.
I thought the Saints would cream them, but I was wrong.
That was all Falcons.
Just because I thought -6 was Simeon quarterback and seems crazy
Oh,
to
he's
me.
terrible.
If something seems too good to be true, I'm going to go to the other side.
Simeon has this weird thing where he likes to throw it at the other team's players. Is where he's aiming, and he hopes.
Well,
that
I
his
think they
guys
should have
run
went
in
with the
front.
other guy. That's who should have been starting. I don't know why they
Taysom
didn't.
Hill. Well,
I think
generally coaches go with the player that they feel gives them the best chance to win. And
Yeah.
so you have to believe that Trey Lance is just really even worse than what we've seen on the field. Because Jimmy Garoppolo is hideous. I mean, he gives them no chance to win a game, not a professional game. They haven't won a game at
How
all.
did we go to talking about Taysom Hill to going to Garoppolo again?
he likes.
We were
to
talking
bang
about
on
Taysom
top.
Hill. It was like we were talking about Taysom Hill, and then we're back to.
Well, I love me
He's
some
got-
Taysom
he's
Hill.
got his greatest hits. He got his
So
greatest-
why didn't they start? Why didn't they play him more than Simeon? I don't think Simeon gave you the in that as a Saints player. That was just a stupid play. Like
I
we
don't
see what Hill did, and it just made no sense to keep him in there throwing the ball like he did. It just made no sense.
I was enjoying it.
I mean, Taysom Hill's a good athlete. I guess the coach knows something I don't know, but I would have Hill.
Maybe he had the Falcons on the money line like the rest of us. You know.
Oh, that was a good hit.
I
just- it
actually
seemed like
laid
the line
two.
was
I
way too
actually was
high.
laying 2 in that game. I had the Falcons -2. I mean, it's what I do.
I think it was a 50-50 Sunday. You can go up and down the card and say,
It was
well, this
definitely
play
like
won,
it was
this play
definitely
lost.
like I'm gonna buy a boat day. You know, it was like one of those days like I should go out and buy a boat or something. Because those are the days. They don't come too often.
Romanelli texted me during the Chiefs game, and he said, "Oh, they're going to come back and backdoor." I said, "Just relax, relax." And they got that interception. I said, "See," I said, "You're worried about nothing." But in the end, it didn't happen. So
In the end, it was
Romanelli always texts me when he's worried about a game. I try to calm him down.
you guys snuggle up under that blanket. About them Titans. Joe and I both had them
What a
on the
game.
money line. That was our top pick on. If you watch our Thursday Circa and Westgate show, that was our top play of the day. Was the Tennessee Titans against the Rams, because all we did was, and people were really hating us on that pick. And when they said, "How could you take the Rams? How could you take the Rams?" We went like this. This was exactly how the conversation went. We looked at this and we said, "This is why we're taking this is why we're taking the Titans, because the Rams beat the Texans, the Lions, the Giants, and the Seahawks when Russell Wilson went out during
They
the
also
game."
beat the Buccaneers, didn't they?
Yeah, that was ever since that game. These are the guys that they played. They got waxed at home by Arizona the next week.
They beat a good Colts team on the road in
That
Indianapolis.
was a long time ago. That was week 2.
Yeah, October 3rd was their last real game
Quality
against
win.
the Seahawks.
And you look at the Titans, and they've been battling ever since that loss to the Jets, man. They have been tough as nails, man. That game against the Colts in Indy, that was a freaking war. They're tough, man. No excuses on that one. Adrian Peterson. Still got a little left in the tank.
What did he run for? I think he got 2 yards a carry yesterday.
He had a
What did
touchdown.
have?
He had a touchdown. He scored. How many fantasy points is that?
Peterson had 10 carries for 21 yards. Wow.
But he had a touchdown. How many
What a
fantasy points?
stud.
How many fantasy points you got? Probably. Had,
Foreman's actually the better running back on that team. I think he averaged close to 5 yards a carry. But
he had a
yeah.
touchdown. That's how many.
So what?
How many
If you give
fantasy
the
points
guy-
do you get for a
if you give me
touchdown?
the ball at the 1 yard line, I might be able to sneak in.
How many fantasy points do you get for a touchdown?
You get 7 points for a touchdown,
Oh, did they give you the extra point?
or maybe it's 6 points. I
6
forget.
points? Depends on the league.
I'd have to look. It's pricey. I don't. Yeah, 6 points. I love.
Keeper league with
Yeah.
9
Well,
flex
one
positions.
touchdown doesn't. If you only get if your guy runs for 20 yards and gets one touchdown, that's an underperforming starting running back for your fantasy team. You need a guy like Nick Chubb who gets 2 touchdowns at 120 or 130, 140 yards rushing. That's a running back.
I had a football fantasy during that game. I had a fantasy that the Titans would cover on the money line at plus 270.
That is a nice hit. I like the Titans, but you can't count the Rams out. They're going to be there at the end. They're well coached. They got a
Joe
good
only
team.
got 265, but we're not shedding a tear for it. It's still a nice day at the office.
Absolutely is. I took them again on the money line right after the Rams got that field goal to start the game. I thought that would have been a lot higher. Not as high as when I first originally bet it, so expecting more. But still, I still won it.
All right. Took a little of the sting off the Purdue game on Saturday, that's for sure. that one's gonna leave a mark for a while, but yeah. It's like kind of inverse of Saturday. Where Saturday I got off to the hot start and then kind of fell pieces and I ended hot. And then Sunday kind of started slow. I had these 4 games. I had these 4 games written down for the early for my premium. Falcons was the top, right? And then I had Bengals, Raiders, Broncos. And instead of putting Broncos, I put in Bengals. Yep. I bet the Broncos heavily. I just didn't put it as a premium. I should be like everybody else and just put them all in as premiums, And then
I started off with my non-conference game of the year winner in the Vikings, and then it went downhill from there. So
yeah, it happens.
But that was the
A
play.
lot of squares got clobbered yesterday. A lot of squares.
I would say it was both. I think it went both ways yesterday. I think the public won some games, and I think the books won some games. But
Yep.
I think it went both ways yesterday.
I think the books had a massive day.
Oh, especially with that Bills game.
I think the books
Wow.
had a massive day.
Yeah. How about the Jaguars? Jags. Jags.
I'm going to
Jags,
guess the
Jags.
survivor pools got cleaned out yesterday.
My Jags. So now we need the Lions to win a game. Make
Well,
the Texans
Thanksgiving
worse.
Day is your day. I have a strong feeling about it.
I think Joe's going to win that bet on the
Speaking
Texans.
of their Thanksgiving Day opponent, we've got Monday Night Football tonight. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers up against the Chicago Bears. Should be a gem. I like the under. Brian, what are you thinking?
Horrible card overall, I think. But as far as this game goes, Josh Fields, I think, is the worst starting quarterback in the National Football League. It's not correct. Josh Fields, last name Fields. He's the worst quarterback.
What about
in the NFL.
Mrs. Fields?
I think the Bears are going to struggle to put up points at all. Just a question of how many the Steelers put up. I'm going to take the Steelers minus the 7 here.
I'll tolerate a lot, but I'm not going to sit here and let you bash a chocolate chip.
I like Mrs. Fields. They used to get them at the mall when I was younger. They used to have a Mrs. Fields cookies or something.
You ever
like
put
that.
the
Mrs. Fields cookies?
Yeah. You ever put the cookie like down on like a napkin or something? It's like, whoa, what the hell just happened here? It's like this big.
Usually a little bit of oil comes off on that
Yeah,
cookie.
a little bit. It's like oil change for the car, like 7 quarts. Rod, what are you thinking in this one? Little Justin Fields action. Got
only butter, sugar, and flour.
Khalil Mack out for this game for the Bears. Line scare you a little bit? That's only a touchdown.
I'm not in. I'm going to Ruffalo. I don't have a side in this game whatsoever. I have a premium play on the total. I don't have a flip a coin here. I'll flip a coin for you. If this game was on Sunday, I wouldn't be touching it with a 10-foot pole.
What kind of coin is this? Like, what is this coin? Is this a special coin or it's just a?
Got the American or the Canadian dime.
It's a Canadian dime.
Heads, we're going to take Steelers. Tails, we're taking the Bears. Tails, we're taking the Bears plus the points.
It's your dime.
I think the Steelers wipe them.
Joe?
I'm going to take the team total, the Steelers, over 23.5. I think they get the points put up on the board against this terrible defense. They're going to run the ball with Harris today. Give me the Steelers to get over 23.5.
Points?
Yeah, points. Not touchdowns. The defense isn't that bad as Chicago.
All right. College basketball starts tomorrow. Got any packages for college hoops, Brian?
I don't have my college basketball pass up, but I'm definitely going to have. I'm already looking into the Michigan State Duke game, and there's so many games on the board tomorrow. I got to find some of my favorite teams like Presbyterian and see what's going on with them. But I'll definitely have at least one play for college basketball tomorrow. If people are interested in the pass, I'll put one up. I've been going away from season passes lately. I think the 30-day pass is the best value for the money for the people out there. You get all the sports.
I gave Joe a college basketball refresher last night. Just kind of like a big overview, the big picture, you know. Bruce Pearl always has one guy. It's like he might get in, he might not get in. If he gets in, they're good. If he doesn't get in, they're okay. It's like then it's always like all season, is he going to get in at some point? Is he going to, you know? It's like sometimes he makes it, sometimes he doesn't.
It's very educational.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Mitch's take on the college basketball, and he's against the Big Ten. And
well, it really wasn't about that. We didn't really talk about specific teams like that. It's basically the whole persona of college basketball because the one and done, you know, environment. Like these guys, they're not there to go to college. You know, it's like, oh well, I got, you know, I know our schools in Georgia, but we're playing a Tuesday night game in Washington State. Yeah, we'll get back for class on Wednesday. Don't worry about it. It's like, I don't know if I'll make it back for my class on Wednesday. It's like, there's not really a player worried about that. We lost Joe Madden.
I'm back.
Are we going over what we have for sale tonight?
Yeah, that's what that was kind of like my lead in my little.
Well,
segue.
I didn't. for me, I got my
That's what
non-conference.
you say. I don't have a college basketball. Tonight, I've got my blank check.
Oh, okay.
Super unlimited.
I got even better
chicken
than that.
sandwich
I got my
special.
non-conference total of the month tonight. I've done 9 big play totals over the last 2 years. I'm 7-2 in those. So non-conference total of the month. Also on a 14 to 5, 74% run. So get my best bet. That's what it is. My non-conference NFL total of the month, or my NBA Monday Night Money Shot, or pick up the VIP YouTube, and one of those two will be on there.
Or Brian's 30-day investment package, only $395. So it's like $10 a day, $12 a day. You would have paid for it last week.
Basketball, NBA, NFL, college football, and that goes with, I think, the 2-for-1 capper deal. You team me up with one of you guys or ladies. It'd be a good pass.
Got the Become a Capper contest coming up.
Rod's in charge of that.
I'm going to see. You don't know. Everyone has their own reason. You know, I think a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about being a handicapper. So I think they'll learn a lot about it by doing the contest. You learn a lot about it. I mean, it's not just all chicks and parties like Brian makes it out to be.
Yep.
And Brian's like the only guy that got into handicapping for the chicks.
Oh, and then hanging out with you every day. That's another reason why I got into it.
Well, thanks, Brian. Way to suck up right around payday. Rod, what are you selling?
For me, it's Maximum Monday. Nice triple going. 2 NBA star rim rockers that I absolutely love, and 1 NFL crusher. We crushed both our 10 stars yesterday on the Wild, on the puck line, and on the Wizards. Crushed our 10 star yesterday. So we got 2 more 10 stars that I absolutely love today. So jump aboard. Maximum Monday triple. I'm so confident we're going to start the week a winner that I've guaranteed that package for you. So you can get it over at Pick Dogs Premium. $30, guaranteed a winner. Jump on over.
Anyways. Joe, what do you got?
I got a 3-pack. I've got 1 in the NHL, 1 in the NBA, and 1 in Monday Night Football tonight. So head on over, pickdogs.com, you guys.
All right. Got it. NBA basketball tonight. Exciting card. Was there 8 games, 6 games?
It's nice to have games, but I thought the card overall was a hard one.
8 games. Only 3 NBA tomorrow going up against that giant college basketball card of college basketball. 67 games tomorrow. College hoops. Get your handicap.
How many videos are we going to see? Hopefully.
I'm planning on doing 20. I'm picking my favorite 20 out of there, but I'm having trouble narrowing it down. I think I'm going to go to a shorter form video on these, because it's early in the season, so it makes it a little tougher anyway. But we'll see. We'll see where I land. I definitely want to do, the big games, but I also like doing, Ohio State, Akron is a good game, and Iwapui, Butler, and Eastern Michigan, Indiana. Got I don't know. Rod Bellarmine's playing. You know that.
Nice.
Rod's like, I'm in.
What about Vermont? I wonder if Vermont's playing tomorrow.
Miami's playing Canisius. Miami had
the 2 big. Lose outright.
Miami, they lost their 2 best players, but they actually got some good transfers in. It seemed like everybody transferred to Texas this year. It's the big place to transfer. I don't like this transfer portal. I think college basketball really just doesn't work. It's like if you don't go pro, you transfer. How about Kansas City against Minnesota? Richard Pitino out at Minnesota. There's a ton of new head coaches this year, too. Tons. I forget where Richard Pitino landed, but somewhere small. He's out at Minnesota. It's Gombe. Terry Porter gone at Portland. We don't have him to kick around anymore. Boy, we really had a good time at his expense. What a sham that program was.
Light.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna have.
It's like
There's way too many card games going. Be very selective.
tomorrow?
Don't be like, yeah, we need to bet 20 on day one.
Well, who do you like? I know Brian's on Dixie State.
There'll be guys out there with I'll be all over Dixie State over Gonzaga for sure. Outright winner.
Outright. Hat burner. How about Dartmouth against Boston College? I think they got a legitimate shot. I love college hoops. You can make teams up. People believe you.
Just me.
It's like Cal Irvine versus New Mexico State. Irvine. Is that a real team? Yes, it is.
Well, there's
What's
so
their
many
nickname?
teams.
What's
It's
their nickname?
unbelievable.
What's their nickname?
Anteaters.
Anteaters. It's like, sure it is.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
The best nicknames are in college hoops because you got all those small schools. You have the Jackrabbits against the Anteaters. You know, they're all out in college hoops. There's 400, like there's 130 college football, Division I college football teams. There's 480 Division I college basketball teams. So we have like full. I mean, we always have something to talk about. Pepperdine playing Rice. Well, Long Beach State they playing.
World Be Free, isn't that a college? No, that was the name of the basketball player.
Grand Canyon is. Ooh, Arizona against
Incarnate Word.
Incarnate World. That's what I was thinking of.
Arizona. Sean Miller didn't make it past the investigation this year. He's out at Arizona, in case people were wondering. He was on the other end of that phone call. I think my highlight of college basketball the last 5 years was that Senate investigation. The guy who said, that all these schools, how much each school offered him, and they made him read off the list. That was the best. It was like Oregon, a house. It was like Creighton, $100,000. Kentucky, $100,000. Or Kansas, right? Kansas, $180,000. Texas, $10,000. We're sitting here who in the hell's in charge of the payoffs in Texas? $10,000. That isn't gonna get it done. It's like I was embarrassed for them when they read that off. It's like Oregon offers them a house. They offer them $10,000. It's like that isn't gonna do it. $10,000. How about Tarleton State against Stanford? That should be a war. Bama against La Tech. Ah, man. Can't wait. Finally something to talk about. People will be giving out actual picks on this show. Speaking of picks.
Well, it's a small card today, so.
It's not that small. We go to the NBA since no one else wants to talk college hoops with me.
I'm just looking at overall the games. Yeah, Canisius knocks off Miami, Florida tomorrow.
You got to move Rick Pitino up in the bobblehead pecking order here. I want to get him I want to get him some hookers though to go next one.
You want hooker bobbleheads around him?
Yeah, against Rick Pitino. This is the good Rick Pitino. This is when he was at Louisville. He's got the Louisville clipboard in his hand.
I get.
That's the good one. I'm sure Pepsi really is psyched they're associated with that one. It's like Pepsi, courtesy of Pepsi, the Louisville Rick Pitino bobblehead. It's like now they go to Pepsi for a promotion. It's like, you got us on the Rick Pitino bobblehead right before the hooker scandal. It's like more bad timing. One of the all-time great college basketball scandals. '76ers against the Knicks. Bulls against the Nets. Memphis against Minnesota. Dallas against the Pelicans. Joe, what do you think of these four beauties?
Looking at Yes, I really think Dallas is going to cover here at home. I think what we're seeing out of the Pelicans, they're just struggling so offensively, especially on the road. I think Dallas is going to take this one, and we're going to continue to see the Pelicans make those errors, get those turnovers, allow those turnovers, not get them, allow the turnovers.
All right.
So, yeah, give me Dallas. I think they cover that one. And then I like the 76ers too. I think this is going to be one of those games where we're going to see them come out. I think they're the better team overall. And I think the Knicks are coming in tired into this game. So they're off. Give me the 76ers to cover as well.
Rod, who do you like here?
For me, I'm totally opposite of Joe today. I'm going with the Knicks. Knicks off the back-to-back are 7-1 ATS off of 0 days rest. I don't trust the 76ers. I'm going to take the Knicks here plus the points in that one. And the other one, I like the Pelicans. I think that's just too many points. The Mavericks are 2-7 on the year. The Mavericks are also 0-4 ATS the last 4 versus a team with a record below 400. So they love to play down to their opponent. That's too many for the Mavericks to cover. Give me the Pelicans plus the points in that one.
Who do you think is the first college basketball scandal of the year? Like, which program do you think is going to have, like, the guy who, like, screws up first?
Miami.
It's a possibility. Miami's a possibility. Auburn's usually a good bet, you know.
The Ducks.
Ducks? Really?
Someone, yeah, exactly. All quiet and low, and you don't hear anything, and then someone messes up on the Ducks. Someone in big old Oregon gets in trouble.
That's the beauty of college basketball. It's kind of like you're just waiting for it to happen. Brian, who do you think is going to be?
Someone's going to get in trouble.
Oh, someone's getting in trouble. Someone's getting in big ass. There's going to be like cash mentioned and all kinds of stuff going on. There always is. It's college hoops.
I'll take cash. Anyone wants to send me cash, I'll take it.
Maybe you'll get a visit from recruiting coordinator. Maybe that Iona recruiting job might open back up for you.
Maybe they need a sports handicapper at Iona. Who knows? I'm going to take the New York Knicks here against the Sixers. Sixers have come out very big, even with COVID issues and injury issues. But I think the Knicks keep this within a possession. It's just a lean, and then I think the better bet in the groupings, the Minnesota Timberwolves plus the 5.5, 6 points. I think it's just a little bit too much for the Grizzlies. I think Memphis wins this game, but Minnesota gets the cover. And Minnesota's played below what I expected them to be at this point of the year. So I think Minnesota makes it a game.
Yeah, I agree with Brian. I like the Sixers in this one, too. I'm not really sure which direction that the Knicks are. I don't understand what the Knicks are doing right now. They had like a nice start to the season, and then they had a nice end last season, except for, in the playoffs, obviously it didn't happen for them. But the Knicks went from the number 1 defensive team in the NBA to like 26th in defense in the NBA. And I thought it was maybe just because that overtime game that just happened early in the season. But really now we're 10 games in. The Knicks are still deep into the, into the bad defense. What they've become is a team, they just chuck up threes all day. It's like, I hate that. It's like, that's not your game. Game is to play New York style basketball. Hammer them inside. Nobody comes into this lane without, if they do, well, they're going to remember it, And it's like now they just sit by the side and they just throw up threes all day. It's boring, man. I'll tell you what, it's not working for them either. Not working at all. This Knicks team is, ever since the first couple of games of the season, they've been going in the wrong direction. Sixers quietly good at home. Much better team without Ben Simmons. A much better team without Ben Simmons. I don't care how much he reminds Brian of Magic, but
Well, you got to get something for him. You can't have all that money tied up with a guy that's too much of a pansy to get out there and play basketball. So
the Knicks have lost 3 of their last 4 games, and they haven't really looked good in any of them. It wasn't like they were close games, like wars or anything like that. They got beaten up. And last time out, at home, 126-109 to the Cleveland frickin' Cavaliers. I don't care how improved Cleveland is. They're still the Cleveland frickin' Cavaliers, man. Kevin Love's on the payroll. They're still the Cleveland frickin' Cavaliers in my book. I don't know.
Knicks were looking ahead.
What? I agree with Rod. They were looking ahead.
Knicks were looking ahead to this game. They weren't really focused. They took the Cavs too lightly, and they were like, what were we win. That was horrible. Now everybody thinks we're awful. And now we're going to come into this game and everybody's going to hump the 76ers.
What about the
Knicks was awful.
What about the 13-point loss at Indiana?
They're still looking ahead.
They're looking
ahead. They're not looking ahead. They lost that terribly. They couldn't shoot a basket to save their lives. You can shoot a basket even if you're looking ahead.
What about the 6-point loss to the Orlando frickin' Magic?
I've been watching the Sixers for many years. These are the types of games that they lose.
These are the types of games that they win because they're at home.
Yeah. Absolutely, they will.
They're a great home team, front runners. I'm surprised Rod doesn't have like a Sixers home jersey. You know, that's like that'd be his thing. It's like he's like, I love the Sixers. Wait a minute, they're on the road. let me change right on that. Hold on a second, I've got to change a wardrobe change here. I didn't realize.
It's still automatic. You bet the 76ers in the first quarter. It's just automatic. So. And when they're at home, you bet the 76ers in the first quarter. You're going to make more money off the season than anything else. So 76ers first quarter.
You got to get Rod the home.
And then you bet the Knicks live because they'll be down after the first quarter, and then they'll come back and get the win.
We got to get Rod the Iverson jersey, the home Iverson jersey. Allen Iverson, best Sixer. Best Sixer, Brian? Allen Iverson.
I would say the best Sixer all time is Will Chamberlain, but
he was not really a 76er. He was on the Warriors.
Played on the Philadelphia
Warriors.
Julius Erving then, or Charles Barkley. I like Iverson.
I think Dr. J was kind of at the end of his career by the time he got to the Sixers. I thought that on that team Moses was the guy, and but Allen Iverson, he was the best. I don't know. They've had some good players. Any of those guys are good. All those guys are good. All of them. Joel Embiid looking to enter the conversation. Markelle Fultz, not so much. Should be a good one. Definitely not a premium play for me. I like Dallas against the Pelicans.
Dallas just because you're anti-Pelican.
I am anti-Pelican, and I'm also anti-Dallas. So
he did play on the Sixers from 1967 through 67, 66, 65, 64. He was on the 76ers.
Really? It wasn't the Warriors?
He played on the Warriors too in 59 through 64.
How many women did he say he slept with, Will Chamberlain?
A lot. He's my hero.
How many did he say it was?
A lot.
It was like a ridiculous amount. It was
50,000.
No, it was like 10,000.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How did he have time to do anything else with his life?
His wilt.
Oh, well, when you play like 20 years in the NBA and you're going city to city, I mean.
How many is that a night, though?
Oh, he said it was 2 or 3. 20,000. 500 a year. That's what he said.
500 a year.
500 a year. 1.4 a day.
Nasty. He didn't die of anything? Wow.
Didn't? Lived a long, prosperous life.
Wow.
Brian's like, yeah.
Wilt the stilt.
He was wrapping it up. Trojan man.
Oh, God.
Got the
Nuggets. Should have been a commercial.
Nuggets against the Heat. This should be a good one because the Heat are looking, I think, like one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, but they never beat the Nuggets. I mean, they never beat the Nuggets. Warriors against the Hawks, the Lakers against the Hornets, and the Kings against the Suns. Brian, what do you think of these 4 beauties?
No, I'm sure all the hot team humper people will be on the Miami Heat tonight. You know, they've played exceptional. But this is Denver. Never an easy place to play, no matter if the Nuggets are good or bad. And you're getting 1.5 here with Denver. I'll take Denver Nuggets plus the points here. I think it's a 1-possession, 2-possession game either way.
Yep, Florida did fire their defensive coordinator and offensive line coach. That's usually like the preemptive, because it's like Mullen makes $7.5 million a year, so it's like they'd have to eat that contract. He just signed an extension. Let's just say I know some Gator boosters and alumni, and they're not too happy with the situation over there in Gainesville. Brian or Rod?
For me in this group, I like the under in the Heat in Denver. Both teams know how to play defense. They're ranked 1 and 2. So I think first to 100 wins this if they even get to 100. So give me the under in the Heat and the Nuggets.
20,000. You think he's telling the truth?
No, I think he's full of it.
I believe he's telling the truth.
Scored 100 points in a game.
And that's just an estimate. It's not like he had a little roll counter where he was marking them off.
I believe he did.
Oh.
I think he did, Jeff.
I thought it was just off the top of his head.
Oh, no, I believe he had like a black book.
I'm playing it louder tonight. Nice.
He had like a substantial black book.
Yeah.
I wonder if somebody kept that. That would have
been hold on.
It's like,
what am I in the mood for?
What are you guys doing tonight? Well, let me see.
Let's see.
He had to have doubled up. There wasn't enough time for him to sleep with that many women. It must have been more than one at once.
I don't know if he said. Yeah. Did he say that?
He said it was more than 1 at once.
Oh, okay.
Even 2 to 3 a night.
But at the same time or like separately.
Well, we don't know who was at the same time. He didn't say that. He could have been like one of those afternoons before the game. He went out on a date, the lunch date, and then he played the game, and then he had the dinner.
He didn't have enough time to dinner and lunch and everything.
I wouldn't have the energy for all that stuff.
Oh, here it is. I Googled. Did Wilt have threesomes? And it says, according to close friends, Wilt loved threesomes. According to legend, he was intimate with 23 different women on one 10-day road trip.
That's crazy.
He was a lifelong insomniac, sometimes just not sleeping at all. He probably would take a woman to bed anytime he couldn't fall asleep. Yeah, it's like I Google it. I'm like, did Wilt have threesomes? It's like, according to close friends, Wilt loved threesomes.
Oh, man.
23 different women in one 10-day road trip. That's 2.3 per day.
2.3, yeah. That 0.3.
Oh, man.
That's where that song comes from. It's a 3 dressed up like a 9.
I haven't heard that one.
Oh, man. That was one of the best revelations ever when he said that. Anyways. Joe, what do you got in these late games?
It's scary, but I think the Heat probably will win and cover in this one. We're looking at a team that, they are covering in all these situations. They're covering on the road. They're covering at home. They're covering as a favorite. They're covering as a dog. So I'm willing to take the chance that they're going to finally beat the Nuggets here in this one.
Rod, did you give your picks?
Yeah, I like the under in the Heat and the Nuggets.
I like the Warriors. I definitely like the Warriors. Or no, I like the Hawks in that one. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, what makes you like the Warriors?
I got the Hawks. I gave it out in the video. Hawks. It's their time. And the Lakers. Hornets are terrible. Straight ass. They refuse to play defense. Did you see that game against the Kings the other night?
I didn't.
Oh, my God. If you like defense, this one was enough to make you sick. They were down by 30 in the first 5 minutes. I mean,
Ouch.
They were just sitting down. They never even made a run. They just got crushed against the Sacramento freaking Kings. That's how you get to... You don't get to... They gave up 140 points to the Kings.
Don't hate on my Kings.
Regulation game.
Playoff team right there.
I don't know. Go to the NHL. Let's go to the ice. Just 3 games tonight. It's just not a lot of time that Chris and Rod got to spend together going over this.
They're crappy. 2 of the 3 are crappy to begin with.
Who asked you? Brian, who do you like in these 3? Panthers, Rangers. We got the Capitals against the Sabres, and then the Maple Leafs at minus 255 against the LA Kings.
Well, tune in to the drive-thru tonight. I'm doing the Maple Leafs Kings game. So.
I'm not going to be able to concentrate. I was going to do college hoops videos. Now I'm just all day shot.
Yep, that's a big one. Tune in tonight. Check it out in the drive-thru. But as far as these 3 games go, I'm going to take the Florida Panthers here over the Rangers. Rangers back from that disastrous 3-game road trip. Might be a sucker play because you're getting the Panthers at such good odds here, but I think they hand the Rangers a loss here. I'll take Florida Panthers.
What do you guys think about adding like a hockey and basketball shows on the weekends? Since all we do is football.
I think we're going to have to. You know, college football's going away soon, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would
We're
just
gonna
be,
have to add to
then
the
we'll just have the
programming
Saturday
completely.
show. So it'll be Sunday that we'll need to add. There's normally a ton of college hoops on Sunday, and NBA and NHL too. So, I don't know.
NHL's mainly Saturday, more so Saturday.
Maybe we'll tell the cappers. We can extend that show an extra hour. Already runs like.
Yeah, it's already at 2 hours.
So what? We had plenty of time yesterday. We had an hour before the game started.
Yeah, it ran smooth on this weekend.
Yeah, that's how we are. Joe runs a smooth ship.
1 play per person.
That's it.
Exactly. With one play per person, it works so much better.
Except for Big Al, because he refuses to communicate through the Skype where that message is being sent. He just sends a separate email.
Well, I like getting 2 picks from him. I'll take that. He's my favorite. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, who did he have yesterday on his free picks?
Oh boy, he had
I think the Vikings.
He had the opposite. No, he had the opposite on that one. We were opposites on that one. I remember. He had the Ravens yesterday.
Yeah,
and then he had the Eagles.
2 purple teams. The game went to overtime. You have to.
Somebody texted me. They go, "Oh, great pick with the," and they were up by 14 or set, whatever it was. And I was like, "Thanks for jinxing me, man."
I hate that when people do that.
I thought I was going to lose that one.
Yeah, I think we need to just add separate shows on the weekend. So back to back, but not all in one, so that people can come in for especially the sport that they want to listen to.
Why would we do that? All right, who do you like in these hockey games? Rod?
For me, like I said in the video, I'm going to take the Rangers here. Florida, I have no visions of Florida winning every game this season, and this is a good spot. Yeah, everybody's going to hump on Florida, and then I think they're baiting you in with that nice low price. They're like, yeah, look at the Florida at this price. Yeah. How can they be at almost be a pick 'em when they're 10 and they haven't lost all season? Somebody knows something. I'm taking the Rangers.
Well, they have 1 loss, don't they?
And Florida, their first loss of the season. So, in that one. And then I like the over in the Washington and Buffalo game. You see a whole pile of goals in that one.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm with Rod with the over in the Sabres and Capitals game. I think we see a really high-scoring game. I also like the Sabres on that puck line, 1.5. I think this is a tight game. Both teams are fighting to get this win, and I see it going to overtime. That 6 before going to overtime, and whoever gets that last puck in the net will win it. So I love the Sabres on the puck line.
All right. Mitchy Pucks likes the Kings on the puck line. Anyways, we have our Become a Capper contest coming up. It's going to happen on December 1st. Sending me an email and asking me when the contest is not going to make it come faster. It's not going to give you special treatment. It's going to make you, well, make me not want to hire you if you win. That's really what it's going to do. So just because you win the contest doesn't mean you're automatically hired. You still have to meet certain criteria. A lot of those criteria will be part of the contest. I don't know. I mean, because it'll be open to everyone. Twitter cappers, whoever it wants to be. You cannot advertise your Twitter things or whatever in our contest or any of those things. But you'll have to do videos to do picks at least twice a week.
Yeah.
We'll be part of it. 2 days a week, your picks will need to be entered via video. You'll get 2 entries, one on Twitter, one on Instagram. And instead of the 2 different Facebook groups, this year we're going to do Twitter and Instagram. On the Pick Dogs Twitter and on the Pick Dogs Instagram. These are just some of the rules. Money lines, can't do more than minus 200 or plus 200 on money lines. No soccer. Just the basic. No tennis. It's going to be just the basic sports. Just the big 5.
Yeah.
Minus 200s? It's a little high. What do I know?
It's too good to be true. That's what it is.
Minus 150 should be the limit, but what do I know?
And plus 150?
Oh,
Yeah,
you can go
that.
plus as much as you want.
No way. Nope.
No?
No way.
Oh, plus 150.
That gives people that are way out of it a chance. All you had to do is take all the 3 biggest dogs on the board. If 2 of them
Nobody
hit,
wants to
you're
buy
winning.
a pick for minus 200 and say. Nobody wants to.
Well, yeah, then you're just grading. You're grading people who are just taking dartboard shots at dogs that are like minus 1,500 and 1,800. It's useless. It's not the point of what we're trying to accomplish here. It's useless.
I'm looking for low.
I remember I looked at every entry and it was like ridiculous. At the end, it was like, oh my god, this is getting ridiculous.
Yep. I'm looking for
You're too far behind. You're out.
I'm excited to give people the opportunity, but I'm looking for low maintenance professionals. And I know I'm the most unprofessional person there is, but when it comes to our websites and business, let's just say I care. So, you'll be treated the same as everybody else. You'll be held to the same accountability if you don't meet the standards and the requirements. You will not be part of our team. Regardless, I don't care what your record is. I don't care how many customers you have or how long you've been doing it, or how great you are. But I hope we find someone that's graded at the whole package, like guys like we have. I'd love to find the next Big Al. Love to find him. I'd love to find the next Joe Vaughn and James Clark. I mean, really. I'd take that. Settle for the next Al Ninos. It happened. But you never know, right? But we're not going to have unaccountable cartoon characters and stuff like that. That's not what we do. So all the Twitter and Instagram guys, you're all welcome to enter our contest, but you're going to have to do it as yourself, which I know is not easy for you. Not easy.
Sorry, you can't just have an Instagram with nothing, with fluff picture. You got to have at least a picture of yourself.
Yep. Oh, they're going to have to do video pics, Rod. So it's like they're going to have to.
Oh, yeah.
And the video pics can't be like these music with screenshot. The video pics has to be you.
Yeah.
Like exactly the way that we do video pics. today, and it just simply, it just needs to be 15 seconds. Today for my I'm Mitch. Today for my video picks, I like the opposite of all the picks that Brian gave out today. I'm fading Brian. It's a pure Brian fade. As a matter of fact, I bought his package. So here's where I'm at.
I also think, Mitch, we could really do a half an hour show with the top 10 contestants every week that have gone through from the last. And
I got
it's
a
a
good
half an hour
idea.
show. They come on, they
I
give
have
out
a
their
really
picks
good
next
idea
week.
for the name of that show.
Yeah. What?
The Joe Madden Show.
Sure, let's do it. I really do, because then they're going to have to be on there, interact with me and maybe you and whoever else wants to come on it. But I think you
could have guest co-host. You know who's a good guest co-host?
Chris Rufo.
Tony T is a really good guest.
Perfect. Let's do it. I nominate him
You have
right
good
now.
rapport with him. He does our Friday show with us.
Yeah.
Chris
I think it
Ruffalo,
would be perfect
Ron
to get these
Romanelli,
people on.
Brian, Rod.
Then they can realize how much fun it is working with me.
Yeah.
Right? See if they actually want to work with Pick Dogs after working with me.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to win it now?
It's like, I didn't fill out my picks for this week.
Oh, so you're telling me Mitch isn't on this show? Well, then count me in.
That's going to be called, the name of the show is The Joe Madden Show.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
that's good.
do it. Let's do it. I like it.
Ryan Goss says they can go 0-20 like Bittler. Brian, do you go 0-20?
I'll tell you what, over the last
I don't think so.
14-5 last 19, and for the month I'm up.
No, I love ass clowns like this. These are my favorite. Yeah, I got this one. Don't worry, Brian. See, people say I don't like Brian, but that's not true.
Yeah.
It's
Brian's been crushing it. We all know it.
I was 2-3 yesterday, but it easily could have been better than that.
No, but let's look at the real things that matter. Okay, the real things that matter. Let's see if we can get a screen share here. Let's see. I don't have it set up, of course. No, we did it. Let's see what's this one. That's Rod. Me. Dude. This one. Let's see. Huh. Trying to. I don't know how to do this. But if I did. Try. This is not too good, is it?
What are you doing, Mitch?
I'm trying to show Brian's records. Here, let's see if I can go this way.
Oh, yeah. Brian's crushing it.
I can't get it to work. Oh, there it was. I had it there. So there you go. So here's Brian's records in the big categories, the ones that you really care about. NBA season, plus 510. College football season, plus 245. NFL preseason, plus 17. NBA last year, plus money. College football last season, plus money. I'd say you do that or shut up.
Yep.
And there's plenty of room for improvement because last year.
That's for me to say. There's plenty of room for improvement there. But I'll tell you what.
Last 2 years have been rough. So
right, and this is not even the best that we've seen them. If you on the other sites that we've been on together, and they have longer histories. I mean, that's where the rubber meets the road. It's not on it's crappy Jets pick or Chiefs.
You got to look back
stupid
over
like
10
that.
years.
It's
10 years is a good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not on your game of the year or anything like that. It's the overall body of work, because this is a marathon. But it's like, there's not a lot of cappers that have all of those leaderboards like that. There's not.
No, not at all. There's not a lot of people that stay in this business more than a couple of years either.
Yeah. And so we look forward to seeing your entry, Ryan Goss. I look forward to seeing it.
Already off on the wrong foot.
It's okay. It's fine. We'll see you. We'll see you. We'll see you and everybody else doing your video picks and anything else.
And coming on a show with me where I get to ask you questions. It'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a rough day at the office. Nothing fun about that. All right. Any parlays for today? Remember we used to do the parlay with the parlay calculator. That was always fun. I wonder how I did.
I got a 3-game parlay. I got the Steelers -7, Knicks plus the points, and Minnesota Timberwolves plus the points.
Anyways, here is actually Brian's records right here. So here, this is how he did it. So you can see them right there. And we used to do the parlay calculator on here, remember? Oh, while I'm here, hey, how about those betting tools?
Yeah, they're excellent if you guys haven't checked them out.
Betting tools are the best. We have the best betting tools. I will put them up against anybody. If you look at Brian the last week, he's up $800. Here we go. Ben Roethlisberger, full participation in practice. Eric Ebron's out for the Steelers. Just a quick injury list. But the nice thing about our injuries is that you get them all on one page. You don't have to scroll through the different games. And then it's like even the ones here, if they don't fit on here, you don't have to go to another page. When it says view more, it actually just moves the window. See? You could actually just see them right inside this same window. One of the many cool features, of course, the most popular, what I think, is the player props. You just go right here. Here's for tonight's NFL game. Justin Fields, 60%. Passing yards under 181.5. I love it.
Oh, for sure.
Anyways. Just some of the stuff.
The only thing I worry about that 181 yards is if they get down big and have to throw the entire second half or something like that.
Then you like the interceptions over.
Yeah.
You hedge with the interceptions over. Yeah. On that. How about you, Rod? Did you give your parlay?
No, not yet. For me, we're going to take the Rangers on the money line, take the Bears plus the points, and take the Pelicans plus the points. Parlay those up.
Oh, I see what happens is when I told you this happened to us yesterday too. They did an update and when the update happens, they changed all my sound settings. So when I change scenes, the sound settings aren't correct, so we get that echo. Everyone's echoing now, yeah. All right, let me see what I can do. How about now? Now we should be good. I hate that. Joe, what do you got?
I think you're talking to me. I was breaking up a little bit there. I'm going to take the Sabres on the puck line. The Steelers team total over 23.5, and I'm going to take the Panthers on the money line tonight.
LA Kings on the puck line. The under in the football game. And the over in the Pelicans Mavericks game. Thanks everyone for joining us. It's been a great day. See you tomorrow. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. I'll see you guys at halftime. Monday Night Football. And, of course, this afternoon for our NFL Early Lines show at about 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Have a great day. Make it a winning day.